Welcome to this episode of the Most Serious Podcast. In today's episode, I talk to Karan Shah, who is a digital marketing expert. He's an entrepreneur. He's also the founder of IIDE, which is the Indian Institute of Digital Education. Karan started doing his jobs or his professional career at the age of 18, and he always had this drive to explore new things, work on his skills, and work in new areas. He got started into the marketing world in that timeline only. We talk about his first job, what all he learned from doing all the jobs that he did. We also discuss the entrepreneurial side of things, how the idea of IIDE came along. Karan also taught me a lot about digital marketing. We also discussed like how much marketing is human behavior, how much of it is human psychology. It's more of a life skill than an academic skill. So we talk about different marketing campaigns that go around. He also talked about the future of education and how it's going to look like. So discuss his plans for IIDE, what is his vision. He's a really driven and a motivated person. Had a great time talking to Mr. Karan Shah. I hope you enjoy the conversation. Let's get into the episode now. Mr. Karan Shah, welcome to the Most Serious Podcast.
Thank you so much, Ripudaman. It's an honor to be here and I'm glad that you've invited me.
How are you doing?
Very good, man. Very, very, very good. In this COVID, I'm learned the Zoom life and I totally enjoy the Zoom life. Sunday also, we can do a Zoom conversation like this. So very happy and doing well, actually. Very well.
You know, like I assume you're the one of the OGs, is what they call in our generation of digital education. Because
Is it? Wow, man, that's a really cool thing to hear.
So
Thank you.
this is the guy who started like this ambition. I think you must have had this idea previously also, but this guy started IIDE in 2016 when it was a very abstract concept. And I know the unacademies were probably starting up, or the Byju's must have been in the head of people, but it wasn't a formal institute kind of workflow that people were thinking about. So let's start. I don't know if we should start at IID or should we start with the personal life of you?
Whatever you like, whatever you think that listeners would be happier to listen to.
Let's start with Karan Shah then. Let's
Come on,
start
let's
with
do it.
that. I also like heard that you were when you were 18, you started doing jobs at 18.
Yes.
Am I right?
Yes, absolutely. I've done lots of jobs. So you can ask me anything on that. I'll be happy to like share information with you.
Tell me about that 18-year-old kid who was struggling. I don't know if you were struggling or you were enjoying, but tell me that 18-year-old job experience.
Okay, listen. So to be very honest, man, my dad never gave me pocket money. Okay. And this is the honesty of it. And I wanted to really ensure that I do something in my life. And in my family, everyone says that, I mean, even my sister never got any pocket money, but from the age of 18, she was always working. And that's how we would figure ourselves. And even though we come from a decent, nice family background, I think we are. But the thing is that go do your own and figure your own thing out. So at the age of 18, I got a job offer from a financial company known as Edelweiss. Okay. It's a very popular financial company, at least in Mumbai, very large actually, listed on the stock market. And they said you are supposed to join in as a client advisor. Okay, I said, wow, client advisor sounds interesting. You know, it was actually I had to work in the call center, okay, as a telecalling job.
Okay.
Dude, they used to make me make 200 phone calls a day. Okay.
Wow.
And that time, there were more landlines that time, by the way. Okay. So you're calling a random landline. Who's going to pick up? You don't even know. Okay. So I had to call people and I had to tell them, hey, would you like to open a DMAT account? And dude, nobody actually answered the phone on me. Okay. So in the first 2 months, I got a warning letter at the end of 2 months saying, boss, you haven't made enough sales. Your salary is more. Your internship stipend is more than the sales you brought in from telecalling. So 30 more days, if you don't bring in sales, you're fired. That was very embarrassing. I was very sad. Imagine my first job and they might fire me.
Right? Exactly.
So I got damn scared and I said, I will find a way around it. So what I did was I went to my college. I asked my friends, how many of you want to learn stock markets? And like, do you want to learn stock markets? Ripudaman?
I do. I think I'm trying to figure it out for myself. right now, but yeah, I'm on the path. Yeah.
So interesting, right? So many of my friends wanted to learn stock market. So I said, hey, if you want to learn stock markets, why don't you guys come to my office and my branch manager will teach you stock markets. So dude, a lot of guys actually came and 481 people came in the first 4 months. Okay. Wow. And all of them who learned stock markets under my branch manager at Edelweiss, they all opened a Demat account with us. Okay.
So that's crazy.
So I opened 480 Demat accounts without calling anyone. So my job was to work in a telecalling company, okay, in the telecalling division of the company. But I never sold Demat accounts via telecalling. I used to call friends in, educate them about stock markets via the method of a workshop. And everybody who attended the workshop would open a stock market account. So Karan Shah, as an 18-year-old, was really figuring life. Didn't know what to do. Joined a financial company because thought it was cool. Didn't know the financial company will give me a call center job. Didn't know I would get a warning letter out there. Didn't think that to solve that problem, because I couldn't sleep at night thinking about the warning letter, I solved the problem in my own unique method. And I learned that education is an industry from the format of workshops, because I was conducting workshops. So, man, I've been very opportunistic. Wherever I got a chance and wherever I got a problem, I have tried to solve that problem. And this has been me since an age of 18. You know how you like doing podcasts for chilling?
Yeah.
I would like working for any problem that I see, okay, from which I can gain for knowledge as profit. You know, I would engage in such activities. So yeah, man. And I've also been a very chill guy. बहुत मजे किए लाइफ में. Weekends बहुत सोया, बहुत टीवी देखा है, बहुत पार्टी किया है, सब कुछ किया है, you know. लेकिन काम बहुत भी किया है. Like if all my friends were chilling through the day and not doing anything after college hours, I have always been working, you know. So I don't know if that's the good thing to do, because some people say, okay, you know, you have to work till you die, right? So you can only enjoy in the starting few years of your life, right? But then you have to work through your life. But my dad thinks very differently. Dad always told me, life में अगर ऐसा सोचेगा, पहले 5 साल सजा तो अगले 50 साल मजा. अगर उसको चेंज कर देगा तो 5 साल अगर तू मजा करता है लाइफ में, तो अगले 50 साल तेरे सजा हो जाए. So get your first 5 years right, और तेरा foundation कड़क कर, you know. So that was my dad's main line, and उस line पे I have worked a lot, and काम करते 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 कहीं ना कहीं आगे आ गया. सही.
So like I get this vibe from you totally कि आपने कहा ना कि काम करो, and you were working a lot more than your friends, but I still get this energy from you that you were not very pessimistic about that work. I believe you enjoyed all of that stuff.
I enjoyed, dude. Honestly, telecalling is a very difficult job. Like 200 people a day is a very difficult job. But Ripudaman, उसमें से क्या सीखने को मिला है? Today, I can pick up the phone call and call anyone. उतना confidence आ गया, right? So I think at every job there was certain levels of learning, and I think I just enjoyed the learning. Now, I wasn't pessimistic कि मैं telecenter में काम कर रहा हूँ. जिसको जो सोचना है सोचेगा. You know, I don't really care. I am enjoying, I am learning, and I'm so young that any knowledge is profit for me right now. So let's enjoy it.
But why do you think it was different from your circle at that point? Because at the let's say we're talking 10 years before this internet world, right? We're talking at that timeline. So it was a crazy time. Listen, I believe now we have this culture of, I was talking before, like the previous episode we did, I was talking to a 23-year-old girl. She's Alexa, and she's done she's also founded on her own company. She's doing a business right now. So at this point in this timeline, in the past 10 years, we've had this hustle culture, grinding culture grown a lot, you know, people starting working from their teenage and all of that stuff.
Right.
10-15 years ago, there was not this workflow of starting in your teens. There was this traditional route of beta padhai karo, then you get a job, then you do an higher education, I don't know, get married or something. So आपके लिए different कैसे था?
यार, I don't know यार, लेकिन I just felt like potential खुद का बहुत था. I just kept having this ambition कि मेरे को और कुछ कर सकता हो. And what I'm doing is just very less. Like for example, imagine college was for only 3 hours in a day. तो 8 से 11 हुआ. तो 11 से सुबह 8 से 11 कॉलेज था. But post 11 AM up to 8 PM क्या करना है लाइफ में? Right? कुछ नहीं करना है. So either most people loved sitting in their friends' house, gossiping, chilling, doing day party, whatever it is. But yeah, that मेरे वो मन में बैठ ही नहीं रहा था. Like I am just not someone, and I need to have intellectual conversations. Like the minute I found out about you, I said, okay, intellectual young बंदा है. I want to. मजा ही नहीं आता मेरे को वो सब चीजों में. But I believe कि वो करना है Saturday को. I surely believe कि once a week body को एक release चाहिए, and that's a Saturday. But if I do that on a daily basis, I'll shoot myself. So I just chose to be different. I do not know why. Maybe my family is a lot like that. My sister was like that. My dad is like that. My mom is like that. Everyone's working, always occupied. My grandfather is like that. Even though he doesn't have good eyesight, but he's forever working. Okay, so that culture I think comes from within the house, from where I have grown up, and bas thought I'll try doing something different. और हो गया यार.
So you started on with this marketing and this whole sales world, and how do you view it? I assume sometimes I think I'm also like fascinated about the whole marketing situation, and I find it really interesting that going building a product and then going inside the psychology of a consumer or whatever person you're getting that service to, and then thinking from their end, and then building on a campaign or building on anything whatever you're trying to do with the sales of that product. So do you believe it's an intuitive process, more intrinsic, and is it a skill, or is it a personality based thing, or what do you think marketing is?
I firstly think it's passion. People who figure this piece of their interest can intuitively and analytically from data can just go. It's how superstition is a deep hole, dark hole. You can keep finding more superstitions in life. The person who figures consumer behavior and customer journey, okay, the once he falls into love with that topic, okay, he will never fall out of it because it is so unique. It is changing every day, right? Like I don't get most of my customers maybe from ads, but I get them from emails, right? So I have learned which touch points my customers like to receive communication at, be it emails, SMSs, WhatsApps, Facebook ads, YouTube ads, content, Instagram. But when I've learned this, it's a very passionate journey, and I personally specialize in it. So I love customer journey. What we're talking about is consumer behavior and customer journey. I am an addict of it. And from the font to the color to the swipe up swipe up on Insta ka size and the GIFness of the button ka color and the blinkingness of the button. कि customer को पहला ये दिखना चाहिए, right? I love doing all these things and I am very passionate. So we can talk a lot about this.
Let's start at the psychology part of it. So have you, I think I get this also from talking to you only about this much time. I get this vibe totally that you are a avid, interested person in human psychology. Why do people do what they do? And why do they act the way they act? So did you think that for you to get into this marketing world or for you to figure out this journey for yourself, that was an essential part, that you were interested in knowing why do people respond the way they do?
This is the most interesting part of the journey. I think this is, first of all, I credit all my past work to, all my past internships to where I am today. That is my learning point. And every problem and how you solve it, right, just teaches you so much. That it tells you what to do. And through that, like Ripudaman, through all my internships, I don't think customers are only customers. I have been an intern at some places and I've been an executive at some places. So I have even seen internal customers. Internal customers are employees, right? How even they behave when the boss sends a message out, which young college students have still not seen because they've never worked somewhere. So I've also seen those things. So not only have I seen this from a paid customer perspective, consumer behavior, but an internal consumer behavior, employee thought process, from the peon to the manager, right? Peon, junior executive, assistant manager, managers, chief marketing officer, CEO. I have seen this at multiple levels, and even tuning with their minds. Okay. is actually better than tuning with customers' minds. Because if you tune with your own internal staff's minds very well, from the peon to the cleaner to the CEO, janitor to CEO, your sales can double up, triple up, 4 times up. If they all talk the same language, right? So many people just try doing sales and use a sales team side mein. Say, ek team hai sales ki. People don't understand if the full team starts thinking that, they will produce 3 times, 4 times of what they were doing automatically. So, you need 11 people in a team, right? In a cricket team. Some are batsmen, some are bowlers, right? But if they all think that India needs to win, then we will win. If they think, no, I need to score more runs while batting, or the guy thinks that I need to score more wickets by bowling, we will not win. But if we all think that Team India needs to win, then the batsmen will also score and the bowlers will also bowl. So that consumer psychology of the team is also something that I really enjoy. And I've learned that over the years as part of doing my jobs, apart from consumer paid customer psychology. So yeah, that really grows a company. That really grows a company.
I think how I think of it, like from my limited knowledge of being alive for the past 20 years, would tell me that I never understood this concept of creating a sales division or creating a marketing division. I always think if you're an employee, or if you're to hell with an employee, or if you're even starting your own business or anything, if you're engaged in any commercial activity, let's say economic activity, so essentially the core of whatever you're doing is all that comes into the sales and marketing division. It's not, I don't think, I am just very dumbfounded by this concept of creating specific sales and marketing divisions, because if every person on that company, of course they specialize in a different field, but at the core they all should be highly driven to take that whatever economy they're trying to create, or whatever content or whatever service they're trying to give. That should be the most essential part of it, right? If there's no sales, there's no whatever you're trying to do.
So, dude, you're totally correct. Like, if there's no sales, there's no incoming money. There's no incoming money, there's no money for salaries, right? Simple. Exactly. But human beings are very different. Okay. And not every human being is as motivated. Not every human being is thinking about tomorrow. Not every human being is thinking about personal goals. Not every human being is thinking about such things. Right?
Okay.
And which is why you'll never have 100 leaders. You will have 100 followers, but one leader. Right? So the human psyche is that not everyone is tuned like that. Okay. And that's what makes companies, that's what makes leaders, that's what makes teams, So Ripudaman, it's very important for the CEO or the top person of the organization to push and show the path to everyone, because not everyone thinks that, I got to be thinking about ambition. I got to be thinking about goals. I got to be thinking about sales. Everyone doesn't think like that. In fact, a lot of people who be in your team will be like, sales to mujhe karna hi nahi hai, And humans are complaining animals. They'll complain about anything that comes across to them. Even if you give them, they'll still complain.
That's so true. Yeah.
So you need to know that, and you need to know that you can never win the battle alone. You might win the battle alone, but you'll never win the war alone, right? So you need to go and move with everyone, and that takes time and a lot of tuning, and it takes time. But if you do it well, you will win larger wars, many wars, not only battles.
That's patience. I think patience. I'm also very interested in when I talk to older guys. I'm not calling you much older, because we're still on the same kind of generational timeline, but still. So do you think like this past 10-15 years, whatever digitalization of stuff we've had, do you think there's a paradigm behavioral shift? Like you've been dealing in marketing campaigns, I know previously also, and now you're doing marketing now. Is there
I'll tell you a fun story. Okay.
Sure.
So when I started out my educational business, okay, I did not know so much marketing. Okay, because I was still selling stock market courses. If you remember, I told you in the start, I was selling stock market workshops. Dude, I had some 10,000 rupees on me. Okay. I went ahead and printed flyers. Those flyers, those one page.
Sure. Yeah.
College ke bahar se, right? I went at 5 a.m. and I inserted them in like 4,000 newspapers.
Okay.
और ऐसे होते हैं लोग जो करते हैं, right? There are people, you have to pay them 10 paisa per newspaper or something. And then I circulated 4,000 or 5,000, I can't remember the flyers, okay? Saying stock market workshop with my phone number or my company's phone number on it. You know how many calls I got? 5,000 flyers I distributed. Guess how many calls I got?
Acha. I don't know. I don't want to guess.
Take any number.
Okay, I'm going to be optimistic, but I still know like it comes down to a very small, but I'll say, let's say 40.
42. I got 2 calls. So what? I realized that day that this stuff doesn't work. At least my target audience is on Facebook. It's not in the newspaper. Like I was targeting 21 to 24-year-old people, right? So I realized that my target audience is on Facebook. So, and today Facebook doesn't even exist. Right? I think Instagram exists today.
Exactly.
Right? Do you use Facebook?
No,
right? So Facebook doesn't even exist, right? So I'm just saying in the last 10 years, dude, when I wanted internship websites bhi nahi thi.
Okay.
So you have to look at a notice board of your college. Wahan pe shayad se ek pamphlet hoga ki koi internship option available. There was no internship website. So yeah, but in the last 10 years, if I give you some statistics, man, when I joined the industry, we were 25 crore online Indians. Okay. Today we are 82 crore online Indians from a 140 crore population. We still not hit the peak. Abhi bhi 30 crore dur hai hum log. But we're still at 82 crore online Indians. So we've grown that far. From an internet usage perspective, I don't know, you're too young for this, but in 2015, up till Jio came out, till 2016, 1 GB of internet data from Airtel or Vodafone used to cost 250 rupees per month.
I know, I remember that. Yeah.
Right? And today, in the same $250, you get access to 1 GB of data per day.
Right.
So imagine, so fun fact, we're the world's cheapest country when it comes to internet data. Right?
Okay.
So we are the world's second cheapest country when it comes to price of smartphones. So just imagine, smartphones are so cheap, data is so cheap. Accessibility has come everywhere. Newspapers are gone. Like today, no one even watches TV, bro. People are only watching. No one even watches TV, right? No one watches TV. No one listens to radio. All media consumption platforms have changed, right? Like in Mumbai, the most popular newspaper was Mumbai Mirror. It shut down.
Wow.
Okay. So imagine the change that has come in the last 10 years in terms of methods of communication, and the digitalization has taken it all, boss. It has taken it all. Especially for this target audience, a much younger target audience.
Do you think it's highly dependent on, now since it has been all digitalized, so we moved from a paper-oriented communication mode to a screen-oriented communication. So do you think like platform is a very, how do you call it? Like, do you think marketing is very platform specific? Let's say today Instagram is big, and 10 years down the line or 5 years down the line, Instagram goes dead. I don't know if there's a probability of that happening, but let's say it does. So do you think the marketing tactics that apply to Instagram now are not relevant for the future? Or do you think the process keeps on?
So marketing is never platform oriented. Marketing is target audience oriented.
Okay.
So attention is the currency of marketing. Wherever is someone's attention, that's where you have to do marketing. That's the most important thought that you need to have. So today, target audience is on Instagram. It's on Instagram. Like, honestly, I think a lot of target audience is on YouTube as well. A lot of target audience, like good target audience is on an app called InShots, reading news out there. Very nice target audiences today available on, let's say, Hotstar, watching IPL. So target audiences are moved everywhere. And as a marketer, your job is to not be focused on which platform. Like Instagram has 1 billion users, but if I was supposed to market real estate, I would never market it on Instagram. I would market it on Google and YouTube maybe, or WhatsApp. So marketing is very target audience oriented, and marketers should not really care about if it's Instagram, TikTok, or whatever the hell, but should really concentrate on where the audience is. And if you do that, you'll win the game. Like, most people always say social media pe post karte hai. Instagram, Facebook pe post karte hai, right? That's stupid, right? Like nothing around me I have bought from Instagram. I've not bought this bottle of water from Instagram. I've not bought this, AC from Instagram. I've not bought this tissue box from Instagram. I've not even bought this, what do you call this? Is a power bank from Instagram.
Yeah.
I go to Google, I search, I go to Amazon, I search, and then I buy from there, right? So if you were selling any of these things, your listing on Amazon has to be first. But young business owners or super business owners say, no, let's go concentrate on posting on Instagram and Facebook. No, you have to think, where is the customer finding this from? Catch and put your content of marketing there.
Mm-hmm.
And then you'll understand better.
After this whole COVID situation, I think the idea of IIDE makes more sense to people now. So
absolutely.
Back in 2016, did it seem a very alienated opinion that you received from, or feedback that you thought ki bhai kya karna cha rahe ho aap? What are you trying to do? This won't make sense. India mein nahi hoga ye sab. So how's that been for you?
I'll give you some stories of my life. Yeah, one, two stories. So, dude, in 2013, when I wanted to sell a digital marketing course, I didn't know where to get the people from. So I went to a college. And I told the college, I will teach your students. Okay. I will convince them, and you give me the students. I will do the teaching.
Okay.
So the principal said, "Acha, kya sikhaoge?" Okay. I said, digital marketing. He looked at everyone. Kya hota hai ye? I said, Facebook marketing. He was like, Facebook kya hota hai? You know, Facebook pe kya page banana hai? I said, no, Facebook marketing. You can do so much more in Facebook marketing. So, नहीं ये हमको नहीं करना है. Dude, I must have been rejected by over 20 to 30 principals in Mumbai city.
Wow.
20 to 30 principals, dude, saying that tu stock markets ka course leke aa, tu company secretary ka course leke aa, tu ऐसे कोई courses लेके आ, tu interview skills का course लेके आ, but digital marketing नहीं, ये हमको हमारे students को भी पसंद नहीं है. Not knowing, they were not ever thinking that students are now getting hooked to Facebook. But because the decision makers' age was about the age of 50 or 60, they were not getting this yet, right? So this was a very big problem. Like one of the colleges in Mumbai city, I had to meet the college principal 14 times. उन्होंने मेरे से paper पे guarantee लिया था कि I will be able to give 50% of the students an internship, right? बस उनको वही चाहिए था, right? And I said, हाँ मैं दूंगा, उतना तो मेरे में इतना demand है market में, internship मिल जाए, right? That time there was so much demand because nobody knew it, and I delivered like that. So I was giving people guarantees कि मैं guarantee 50% लोग को internship दूंगा, तो जाके they were giving me course, and then they realized, boss, this is to a necessity skill. Forget the guarantee. This is a necessity skill. Today, they call me because they know that this was the guy who was talking about digital when nobody around was talking about digital. So yeah, man, I have faced lots of resistance, but it's perseverance, and you have to try. And at most points, you need to know that you can't say what you want to say. Many times you have to say what the person wants to listen. In my case, what I wanted to say is I will do a digital marketing course. What the person wanted to listen was give me 50% of my students to get an internship. Right? Two different things. The minute the communication gets set and you start communicating it that way, you start winning faster. So resistance को भी सुनना है, or then understand कि इसका actual requirement क्या है, and then come to the table with a new presentation plan.
See, that's the thing about marketing, and that's the thing about looking from someone else's perspective, because it's such a
consumer behavior, right?
It's a life skill. It's not even, I don't know if it comes in the bounds of academic first or in the bounds of just living a good life first, because the way you start thinking about it, now anyone having a conversation with you can literally think about the reasons why they're asking something, or you can think about the questions they're asking and where is it all coming from.
Yeah. I want to give you one more story. One sorry, before you ask me, I want to give you some very interesting story. Maybe actually ask me your question. I'll have the same answer for it. That's why. Ask me whatever you want to ask me.
I was about to ask about we were discussing marketing and all of this consumer behavior stuff. So do you think it should be introduced at a young age to children?
Absolutely. Right? Absolutely. Because if not, then they will not know how to convince somebody else. It's very important for every human being to learn a skill known as convincing and influencing others. Right? It's not about selling, but it's about even convincing someone to give me this, or convince someone to do this job, or convince someone to do it. You need to learn that skill. And if you don't learn that skill at an early age, you'll always be trying to do what you want to do, but not gaining results of it. Right? So I just want to slightly move away and give this very interesting example before I forget
it.
Sure. My first, and it's again about consumer behavior. That's why my first digital marketing client was a restaurant in 2012, 13, can't remember. Okay, whatever. My first client who agreed to signing up with me on a monthly retainer, paying me monthly X amount of money for managing his company's Facebook page and Twitter page. I remember I was in the meeting, me and a colleague, okay? And my colleague said, hey, we will do ads. We asked him his problem. His problem was that his restaurant was empty between 2 p.m. and 8 p.m. Lunchtime mein full tha, dinner time mein packed tha, midday mein always empty. So he wanted to maximize on the sales that time. So, my colleague told him, hey, we will do an ad on Facebook, which says walk in between 2 p.m. and 8 p.m. with a screenshot of this ad or something like that. And we will give you 20% off on your food. Okay. He was about to reject the idea. और मैंने उसका मुंह देखा था इतना छोटा हो गया. Okay. Because it was a nice restaurant. It was a very lavish restaurant actually. Same time, मैंने बोला no. I told my colleague, this is not a great idea. What we will do, we will do an ad which says walk in between this time, and you will get a complimentary bottle of wine. Small asterisk, minimum bill has to be this much. But a complimentary bottle of wine. वो सुन के ही साइन द कॉन्ट्रैक्ट. फर्क क्या था? इसने पिच किया 20% डिस्काउंट. देखा नहीं कि हम लोग एक्चुअली फाइन डाइनिंग रेस्टोरेंट में, राइट? मैंने पिच किया कॉम्प्लीमेंट्री बॉटल ऑफ वाइन एंड दैट सूदेड द ब्रांड पोजिशनिंग ऑफ अ फाइन डाइनिंग रेस्टोरेंट, राइट? दोनों में 500 रुपए की चीज जाने वाली थी, राइट? दोनों में 500, 200, 300, 1000 रुपए की चीज जाने वाली थी. But it's about even understanding the consumer psyche of the guy who's going to buy this contract from, right? So I forgot question आपका क्या था, लेकिन I'm just saying that ये समझना बहुत important है. And yes, if we can add this skill to at a school level, college level, very, very, very important. Like, when people are even drawing their own company logos, like if you want to say fast, people will write FAST. Now, if I had to write fast, I would write FAST in a slanting way. Okay, अगर आप कोई भी स्पीड कंपनी का लोगो देखोगे, F1 स्लांट है, नाइकी स्लांट है, 24 एक्सप्रेस 24 आवर्स डिलीवरी, एक्सप्रेस डिलीवरी स्लांट होगा. लोगो स्लांट होगा because it expresses speed. It expresses speed, right? If you'll ever see Hamleys या any कोई बच्चे का ब्रांड, तो उनका फॉन्ट होगा Comic Sans में, friendly font, right? So कोई भी फन ब्रांड का, कोई भी प्रीमियम ब्रांड देखोगे, उसका कलर होगा पर्पल. Okay, premium brands are purple, gold, silver. Fun brands, Mirinda will be orange, Fanta will be orange. So social networks will be blue, Facebook, Twitter, all to create trust in them, right? So this is, and all food brands are red. McDonald's is red, Burger King is red, Pizza Hut is red, Domino's has red on it, Zomato is red. All food brands are red. So ये सब सीखना at an earlier age is also very interesting. Exactly. And marketing में अगर सीखना है तो ये सीखना चाहिए था, how to relate with the customer, how to understand human psychology. So yeah, I absolutely agree. It should be introduced at a much younger age, man.
You've seen both the sides of the coin. You've worked jobs and you've done entrepreneurship. And I wasn't able to differentiate till now that which one did you enjoy more, because you seem like the person who just gets 100% into whatever he's doing. But I really want to know this. I want to know this from a contentment point of view. So which is more contenting?
Listen, at every stage you have a different challenge, and contentment comes from those stages, right? Today, if I was doing the same job which I was doing 10 years back, or even if I was in the same industry, I would never be content. Even if I was in the same industry, very high position, high salary, but there would be no contentment. So every stage, if you look at every stage as I am a beginner and the finish line is that far, then you will achieve contentment. Goal where I am. And if you are able to come till here, you will achieve contentment. So I have felt equally happy, in all stages, because I've always attempted to reach my finish line. Okay. So this is not a diplomatic answer. This is a real answer. And the answer is that, boss, the finish line is always further when you start. So if you're able to find the finish line, maza aa jayega life mein. Of course, if you ask me today, as a person, how I've become, as a person, I prefer being a decision maker than an executor. I think I've spent enough years where I am now a much more strategic guy. So I would always like the entrepreneurial lifestyle or a more decision making lifestyle, because that is what I'm much better at, because I can read numbers, my intuition, and I have experience, right? I have those many years of experience, so I can understand customer. I've seen business models fail, business models succeed, right? So as of today, I think that the entrepreneurial life is something I really enjoy, because a lot of my vision and then my daily jobs are helping me achieve that mission, and I enjoy that. But definitely at all stages, contentment was achieved when I set a finish line for myself, which was a little hard to achieve, and achieved those. And usme maza hi hai. You can sleep well at night.
People struggle with consistency a lot. And I think I obviously do as well. I'm no saintly god at 20, but I wanted to ask you, like, in the field of marketing, in the field of sales, or in the field of consumer behavior, how important is consistency, or should the ability to pivot be more important? Like, do you try to stick with a campaign for a time before it goes big, or should you just rely on pivoting?
I believe in A/B testing, first of all. Every campaign that I even if I do an ad, or I do an email campaign, an SMS campaign, or a telecalling campaign, we would do a subset of the data. We would try either spending, if we're spending 1 lakh, I'll say I'll spend 25,000. If we're spending 1 crore, I'll spend 10 lakhs, test. And if your test results are not as good, then pivot has to be an option. So I believe that, and I believe that if you crack that test, right, then replication with continuous optimization is a must. I don't know if you're able to. You're probably too young to understand my words, but if you have, then
awesome. I am getting them.
Yeah. So मैं कुछ भी अगर कोई भी मार्केटिंग कैंपेन करूंगा, कहीं भी करूंगा, पहले टेस्ट होगा. टेस्ट अगर बुरा गया, इंस्टेंट पिवट. अच्छा गया, उसको रेप्लिकेट करो, लेकिन उसको ऑप्टिमाइज
राइट.
ऑप्टिमाइज नहीं किए तो फेल हो गए, और यू विल बी स्पेंडिंग मोर मनी एंड गेटिंग लेस ROI.
Do you do that in your personal life as well? Like, individually schedule banaya, and then you keep optimizing it, keep checking it, ki am I at my max productivity, efficiency?
Absolutely. I'm a so time is something very important to me. Okay. And like, here are a few thoughts on my time management, and then I'll probably go deep dive. Like, for me, if there are like 30 people in a meeting, like every Monday we have a 30 people meeting. One of my teams, so I meet every Monday, 30 people. Now, if I walk in late, 10 minutes into that meeting, right? Sometimes, kuch ho gaya ghar pe, whatever, I'm walking in 10 minutes late. Technically, I am only 10 minutes late, right? But fundamentally, I have wasted 30 people into 10 minutes ka time, which is 300 minutes. 300 minutes is 5 hours. I wasted my company's 5 hours, right? So sometimes I'm so OCD that I'm trying to even optimize these kind of things. That अगर तू मीटिंग में 10 मिनट लेट आया, 30 लोग तेरे लिए वेट कर रहे हैं, तो वहां पे 300 मिनट का वेस्टेज है. At 5 घंटे. Like, most people don't think like this. They'll be like, I was just 10 minutes late, dude. That's
exactly
right. Yeah, but when a professor walks into class 5 minutes late and there are 60 students waiting in the classroom, that's 60 people into 5 minutes again. 300 minutes, which is 5 hours. 5 hours of cumulative time got missed. So I continuously optimize. My Sundays are also run on a Google Calendar. Okay, like my if I have a screen share, I'll show you like my entire Google Calendar is like tuck, 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 tuck. What is happening every hour, every morning, in the morning, what's going on, who am I meeting? It's zip through, right? So I'm continuously optimizing this. And even in life, like anything I'm learning, I have a habit of optimizing, right? I believe in find the easiest way to do the job to get max results.
Right.
as a human, you need to keep thinking of efficiency, and efficiency is optimization. So everything in life, I think.
But I get this, seriously, I don't know how you manage it. But talking to you makes me realize that I'm talking to a very fun and a very, open, chilled guy who's running these businesses, who's a top marketing expert. But also, and you talk about these schedules and these productivity tips, but I just don't get that naturally. क्योंकि यूजुअली जो लोग इतना ज़्यादा दे आर बिग ऑन टाइम मैनेजमेंट एंड एवरीथिंग ना, उनके साथ देयर इज अ वेरी सीरियस वाइब अटैच्ड कि यार इनका ना टाइम वेस्ट मत करना तुम, इन 5 मिनट्स दे विल स्कोल्ड यू प्रॉब्ली, यहाँ से तो बच के भागो.
Yeah, I think it comes a little with age also. Okay. When I was younger, I was never thinking. Actually, no one taught me such things. Maybe if someone would have taught me such things at a younger age, I would have probably become like this faster. But my position at work and my goals forced me to start thinking like this. कि ये goal को 1 साल के अंदर achieve करना है, तो actually तो 3 साल जैसा लग रहा है, लेकिन इसको अगर 1 साल में achieve करना है, तो इसको hack करना है. इसको biohack करना है. Like right now, my goal is to build my body. So I am literally hacking my food now. Okay. My carbs and fats have moved to proteins and fiber. मतलब food को hack कर रहा हूँ, sleeping cycle को hack कर रहा हूँ. रात को, you can listen to some sound and sleep. I'm a little crazy like that. I'm forever hacking because goal है, timeline है. अब इसको break करके कैसे achieve करना है. So it also comes with time. When I was young, I was not like this. But the sooner you learn this, and the sooner you think of this as something that you should implement, like if I am here at 30, you will be here at 23 or 24 because someone has told you about this. It's up to you to use these tools, as wisely to your best interest, basically. So
that makes sense, and it's also working. Like I don't get why you think that it's crazy or something. If it works, then what's crazy and what's not?
It absolutely works, and you'll always see the profits of it. You'll always see better profits out of it.
I am seeing the profit of it right now, but yeah, I'm sure it does work. I'll try these in my life also. Let's see if I can get to Mr. Karan Shah level.
No, you will. You'll exceed it, dude.
Let me know your views on the micro future and the macroscopic vision that you have with IITE, or just with the educational sector or the industry that has been shifting towards more digital. How do you think about it in the next 5 to 7 years? And then what's about the next 30, 40 years?
30, 40 years is a little far. Okay. But I'm very serious about the problem that I want to solve.
Okay.
And I don't know how fast I will solve it. But the problem that I want to solve is that I think higher education in this country is done incorrectly.
Okay.
It is done absolutely incorrectly today. And now I'm on a mission to go beyond digital marketing as soon as I think I have the right strengths and the right teams to go beyond digital marketing and solve the problem of higher education at a country level. I'm pissed off. Okay? I'm pissed off with what I studied in college. Not blaming my college. They also gave me lots of good things, but I'm pissed off. I just think that today when you go to college, first of all, no one even comes to college. First point, in Mumbai, to attendance nahi hai college. Right? Why the hell do you have a college then? Bloody hell, right? Second, if you're coming to an online Zoom class, this doesn't happen at IIT. It's very strict, but I've seen in so many other colleges, no one's cams are on. All students have cams off. Is that similar in your college?
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
Everyone's cams are off. Everyone is having the laptop on the side or the phone on the side, and they're doing some other masti on the side. Right? What is this? It's rubbish. Right? So people are not learning. People are getting the degree for the sake of the degree. Learning cannot be associated with a piece of paper only. Learning has to be an interest-oriented job, right? And nobody should do the same thing. Everybody should learn things that interest them. That's the first point. Nobody has the same skill sets. There are some X number of standard skill sets you should gain. And even if those you fail or you succeed, you learn what you're good or you're bad at. Right? So I am on the mission now to disrupt higher education as a concept in our country right now. I think that why am I going to a college and learning accounts from a professor who's never done accounts? Right? Who has never actually filed more than 10 companies' accounts. But this professor has read the book and is teaching me accounts on a whiteboard. That makes sense. And this problem can be solved. Today, with the format, like IID has a specific format of training where we bring real experts. Okay, like I'm teaching Google Ads, a guy from Google is teaching Google Ads. I'm teaching, something about apps, a guy from Facebook is teaching that. Okay. We've got these guys and we've got these guys to create videos. Okay. I have lots of video content. So today, how an IID student learns is that they first watch a 30-minute video from an expert, which is broken down into 3 minutes, 30 minutes in total length. And then they understand the core concept of how this guy does it at work and why you should be learning this. Then they see him, they hear him or her, and they learn everything. And then they come to a live class where I have local teachers of mine who tell you, Acha, to do this, go here. To do this, find this resource. If this is your question, the answer might be here. So local teachers have now become, in my class, facilitators, discussion creators. Students learn the material from a guy who's actually done it at work for 10 years in a video format. Then they come to class for a live discussion. If they still don't understand, then they can go to my learning management system and click on book a mentor and find that teacher and book a 15-minute time slot with that teacher saying, hey, abhi bhi samajh mein nahi aaya, can you please explain?
But makes sense. Yeah.
Today in India, we have local teachers teaching and they've never even practiced it. So I think that we can convert all our content into video content. Abhi wo bachelor's in engineering ho, bachelor's in commerce ho, we can get experts into videos. We can have local teachers of colleges being assistants to those experts, not actually being the teachers. They're not the teachers, man. You know what they're doing? They're reading books and they're giving you information. They pick up from here and they puke to students. Right? So I want executors into videos. I want local teachers into live classes or offline classes. And then I want these students to connect to mentors. So this entire problem can be solved digitally. And I want to do this, right? And if this happens digitally, Ripudaman, people don't need to then say, I need to study these 10 courses only. Like, ye aapke 6 subject hai, ye padne padegi. Now you can choose. It's a university level, all content.
Exactly.
I can choose I want to study chemistry. I can choose I want to study economics and I want to study company secretary. You can choose. And instead of going from first year to second year to third year to fourth year, here are 100 credits. Finish them in 4 years anyhow.
Right.
No concept of being first year mein ho, second year mein ho. You can finish that in 3 years. You want to finish education faster? Do it faster. Come on, do it. I want to change the goddamn thing now. Right? I want to make it inclusive for everyone so that everybody can study it. I want to make access available to experts first for everyone in the country. And I want everyone to be selective about their own subjects.
Right.
And I can go to a university and say, I want to study engineering ka one subject, commerce ka one subject, and I want to study IT ka one subject. I can choose that.
That makes sense.
It's time we change this, man.
I'm happy that we have people like Mr. Karan Shah thinking about these changes, because I don't want necessarily, it's when you listen to a well thought after plan, and I don't know if I'm as experienced enough, but I can say it from a student point of view, but it makes more sense to me. And if I would have been a student at such an institute, it would click with a lot of things that I wanted to do on my own. So I think this makes a lot of sense. And I'm happy that you are thinking about it, especially.
I hope I contribute to this. It's not like I want to solve this mission by myself. This is my vision statement. And I want to collect as many people on the way who want to really solve the problem of real education in our country and solve it, goddammit. Right? And it's not a 1-year battle, and it's not a single man battle. It's not a single company battle also. So I want to spread this message to as many people as possible so that we all can come together, because we all have been through a part of the system.
Right.
And that's not the system we want to create for the next 100 years. We want to change this. And there might be a new system required 10, 20 years later. But agle 15 saal ke liye, with this current digital access, like I have a house help in my house. Okay. Dude, because of the pandemic, his daughter's school shut. And they are 3 villages away. The school is 3 villages away. So no one's allowed to go. You know how they study? The teacher sends clicks a photo of the sums of maths and WhatsApps it to the parent. And the lady in a village in Uttar Pradesh, okay, is then showing that to her 6-year-old daughter and is getting her to solve it at home. So that means reach sab jagah aa gaya hai. Now reach sab jagah aa gaya hai, right? Now imagine if that student was not studying from that local teacher's problem, but studying it from an expert, because the reach of digital content पूरे देश में आ गया है. अभी वो content क्या है जो उनके WhatsApp पे आएगा?
That needs
to be standardized. Not standardized, quality, and then everyone can choose what I want to study. So I want to change this problem, and I hope I can collect as many people with me, and together we solve this big problem.
That was an amazing talk, Mr. Karan Shah. Thank you so much for giving your time. I hope I do get to meet you also. This conversation now.
Definitely.
We'll plan this something.
So much. To Delhi, I'll probably buzz you, man.
Sure. That will be amazing. I'm really grateful for the time that you gave, and I'm really inspired by the mission that you're on.
Thanks a lot for inviting me, and I hope I could add some value. And please, let's meet offline sometime. I would love to host you in Mumbai if you ever do come down. And thank you so much for your time.
And this brings us to the end of this really awesome episode of the Most Serious Podcast. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope it did add some value in your life. We will be back again with another interesting conversation pretty soon.